The Anunnaki, engineers of humanity. Before the first crown was won, before the first prayer was whispered, before humanity ever believed it stood alone in the universe, there were others. Not spirits, not angels, not imaginary gods born from fear, but beings who walked, spoke, argued, planned, and made mistakes. Beings who needed something from this planet. And according to the oldest written records ever discovered, they created us to get it. This is not a story pulled from medieval folklore. It does not come from a single religion. It comes from thousands of clay tablets, buried beneath the sands of Mesopotamia, written in precise, administrative language. No poetry. No metaphors. Just records. Records that were never meant for us to read. Tonight, we are not telling a myth. We are reconstructing a lost history. A history of genetic manipulation, forced labor, a planetary catastrophe, and a question so disturbing that modern textbooks avoid it entirely. What if humanity was engineered as a workforce? Stay with me, because this story does not begin with Earth. In the mid-1800s, archaeologists digging in modern-day Iraq uncovered something extraordinary. Clay tablets. Thousands of them. They predated the Bible by millennia. Older than Greek myths. Older than Egypt's pyramids. When scholars finally translated them, they expected primitive stories. What they found instead were timelines, family trees, technical processes, and repeated references to beings who were clearly not human. They were called the Anunnaki, translated roughly as those who from heaven came to earth. The name appears again and again across Sumerian, Akkadian, Babylonian, and Assyrian texts. Not as abstract gods, but as individuals, with names, ranks, jobs, conflicts. They descended from the sky. They established bases. They issued orders. And most chilling of all, they required labor. The tablets describe them arriving in fiery vessels, descending from the sky with thunder and wind. Not metaphor. Not poetry. Logistics. They measured time differently. They lived far longer than humans. And they possessed tools that could split mountains, level cities, and manipulate life itself. To the Sumerians, they were gods. But the tablets describe them behaving like rulers, engineers, overseers. Not creators out of love, but supervisors managing a project. And that project was us. According to the tablets, the Anunnaki were not eternal. They came from a distant world, often called Nibiru, a wandering planet, a world with a long, unstable orbit, one that periodically enters our solar system, a world slowly dying. Its atmosphere was failing, its climate collapsing, its atmosphere was thinning, its survival hanging by a thread. The Anunnaki scientists discovered a solution: gold nanoparticles. When dispersed in the upper atmosphere, gold could reflect radiation and stabilize the planet. And the Anunnaki needed something Earth had in abundance. Earth was rich in gold. Gold. Not for wealth, not for decoration, but to repair their sky. The tablets describe gold being ground into fine dust and dispersed into Nibiru's atmosphere, a planetary shield. Earth was rich with it, but mining it was brutal. Initially, the Anunnaki mined Earth themselves. A lower class of Anunnaki workers, the Igigi, were sent to dig deep into the planet. For centuries, the tablets describe unbearable labor, exhaustion, anger, until finally, rebellion. The Igigi laid down their tools. They surrounded the dwelling of Enlil, the chief commander. The gods were at war with themselves. And that is when a radical solution was proposed. Enki, the Anunnaki scientist and geneticist, proposed something unprecedented. Earth already had primitive hominids. What if they could be modified? The tablets describe mixing the essence of a god with the flesh of Earth. Modern readers recognize the language instantly. DNA splicing, hybridization. Trial after trial failed. Malformed beings, creatures that could not survive. Then finally, success. The first true human, capable of understanding commands, capable of reproduction, capable of labor. The Anunnaki called it Ademu. The Anunnaki wept, not from love, but because it worked. Early humans were not kings. They were not philosophers. They were miners. The tablets describe humans digging tunnels, hauling ore, and dying young. Their lifespan was short. Their world controlled. The Anunnaki ruled from fortified cities, places that would later become myths. Eridu, Sipa, Nippur, cities said to be the north of Earth. Humans were property. Counted, managed, punished. To humans, they were gods. But to the Anunnaki, humans were tools. Early humans were not free. They lived in controlled settlements. They mined. They farmed. They carried. Their lifespans were short by design. They were intelligent enough to walk, but not to rebel. The Anunnaki ruled openly. Towering figures, shining garments, weapons that roared like thunder. To humans, they were gods. But to the Anunnaki, humans were tools. Over time, something unexpected happened. Some Anunnaki began to mate with human women. The offspring were different, stronger, smarter, larger. These hybrids became kings, warriors, and demigods. The tablets and later biblical texts called them the Nephilim. Royal bloodlines were established. Power was inherited. Humanity spread faster than anticipated. The tablets describe a moment when humanity became too noisy, too numerous, too difficult to control. Enlil, chief among the Anunnaki, demanded a solution. That solution was extinction. A planned flood. Not a myth. Not a moral lesson. A reset. Enki, however, broke ranks. He warned a human named Zayusedra. He told him to build a vessel to preserve life. Sound familiar? After the flood, humanity was restarted, but altered. Shorter lifespans. Greater fear. More dependency. A perfected workforce. Memory of the gods faded. Fear replaced familiarity. Religion was born. Eventually, the Anunnaki departed. They were gone. No farewell. No collapse. Just silence. Some say Nibiru's orbit carried them away. Others say they remain, watching. Waiting. The tablets end abruptly. As if unfinished. As if the story isn't over. Modern genetics shows something strange. A sudden leap. A missing link. An impossible jump in intelligence. Not gradual. engineered. Even today, humans are driven to work, to build, to extract. Gold still rules the world. Coincidence? Or legacy programming? If the Anunnaki were real, then humanity was never meant to be free. Freedom was learned, not given. And perhaps that is why knowledge was always forbidden. Why history is rewritten. Why myths persist. Because the truth was too dangerous to remember. So the next time you look at the stars, ask yourself, were we born of earth? Or built for it? This has been Mysteries from the Orb. If you enjoyed this journey into forbidden history, like, subscribe, and share. Because the past is watching. And it remembers us. Until next time, stay curious, stay questioning, and never stop looking beyond the veil.